So welcome to another Next Generation's First Generation Shore Leave episode, where we look at movies that were released 30 years ago in 1989. Today we're going to look at the kickoff to the Disney Renaissance, The Little Mermaid, which I saw in the theater when it came out. I was 7 years old, went with my parents and my grandparents in Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing this when I was in high school-ish. Like, it was one of those things where the teacher brought in a tape and pushed play, and we were all like, oh, this is kind of cool. Well, it was for our choir class.
It was one of the first big VHSs. I still have. It's not one that I grew up owning, but I did acquire a VHS of The Little Mermaid. I want to keep this today a family-friendly commentary, so if you come across this and for some reason want to play it for your kids, we can.
Okay.
There is some darkness, but we're not going to go any darker than PG. We may talk about the original story, but other than that,
all that stuff was covered.
We're going to keep it family friendly.
Yeah, all that stuff was overly covered in other shows and media outlets and blah blah blah. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and cue up our lovely DVD.
Sascha, you forgot to introduce our guests.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I have with me this very delicious cup of coffee.
Very nice cup. Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vancouver Island.
Yeah. And the person giving the shout out to Vancouver Island is
me.
Hello, me. What's your name?
Jem.
Jem.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jem.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm the only one of you.
And you're the only one of me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's getting Taylor Swifty. Alright. And then we also have our good friend of the show, Bryant.
Hi.
Yay. Cool. And I think that's it. We're ready to go. So cue up your viewing square. And we're going to give you the countdown. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
I don't know when, I don't know how, but I think something's starting right now.
Do we know?
Oh, this isn't even the beginning of the movie. Hang on.
Whoops!
Oh.
Abort!
Just kidding.
Yeah.
What are we doing for the next Shore Leave movie?
Either All Dogs Go to Heaven or, here we go.
Here's the beginning.
The 2019 DVD 30th anniversary release. So it's the new Disney logo rather than the one that showed with the movie, which is always a little bit disappointing for nostalgia freaks like me.
That's true.
Want to see the real castle and hear the real music, the little white stamp castle, not this CGI castle.
Well, I was just thinking, since we did Star Trek 5 last time, and they actually kept saying shore leave, and then this is actually about being on the shore.
Oh.
So, how funny would it be if all of the 1989 Shore Leave movies had something to do with the shore?
Well, our next one does take place in Louisiana, which is on the
there
Gulf Coast, so that does kind of tie in. Yep. And it's funny because I had said watching that with Sascha and I watched it in preparation last week, and I was saying that I didn't think that it looked anything like a Disney movie. But now watching this, I can tell that they were really trying to, figure out what it was kids wanted to watch as far as animation, and they were definitely looking at Don Bluth, who made that. And the color scheme here, this kind of dark, muddy colors right now as they're here on the ship.
Yeah, they've got a lot of Don Bluth colors here.
Yeah, the sky is very Don Bluth.
That's in relation to All Dogs Go to Heaven, correct?
Yes.
See?
His voice does not match his body.
No.
Our guy, go ahead, Sascha.
Oh, I just found it odd. So I just went on a ship that's similar to this, and these ships have crews of 300 people.
Yeah.
Not just 5 or 6 in a random corner. Anyway, so you were saying.
This guy Grimsby is voiced by the guy that was the voice of Roger in 101 Dalmatians.
No!
Oh,
And both characters smoke a pipe as one of their big things.
That fish survived!
Yep.
Now warn everybody.
And look how they draw fish in here versus how they look in Finding Nemo.
I was just thinking that with the seagulls.
Yep.
Because the seagulls in Finding Nemo look completely different.
Well, these seagulls look kind of like especially Scuttle, who's going to show up later.
That's
Reminds
cool
me very
effect.
much of Jeremy the Crow in Secret of Nim, who was voiced by Dom DeLuise.
Ooh, yes.
And
I would
this-
agree with that.
This seagull is voiced by Buddy Hackett, who is very kind of a similar type of a character to Dom DeLuise.
Why is it Dom DeLuise is in at least 2 Bluth movies?
He's in several Bluth movies. He's in what is it? He's in Nim. He's in American Tail. He's in All Dogs Go to Heaven.
It's a really human-looking eye, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to show what sea life might be, and I don't think they quite understood what sea life was back then. I don't know, when was this made? 89?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I was thinking of a merman.
Yeah.
Merman.
Merman.
There are mermen.
Well, because we'd watched the outtakes of Howard the Merman.
That's
Howard?
one of the it's one of the special features on this is Howard the Merman.
Oh, I missed it.
He was a very human, geeky looking. He looked like he should be one of those
kind of a nebbish merman.
like
Nice.
a newbie reporter on a fledgling newspaper.
And that's Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson.
Wow!
Here's King Titan. And his
Voiced
No,
by
I
Kevin
can
Mars.
totally swim.
Now
but-
this is the big Don Bluth conceit, is how they make his Triton light up like that. Don Bluth movies always have some object that's like brighter than the rest of the animation.
Justasius.
Yep. Because he's like a little crab. He's got his goldfish chariot.
that are more like horses.
You know, he's
Yeah.
a very, very Caribbean crab.
Is also the same guy who he was a voice in a recent movie too. I can't remember what it was. I want to say he was the same voice as
As the dragon in Mulan?
No, that was Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm confusing my wires. So in Kimmy Schmidt, the male lead played Sebastian in Little Mermaid
in
on
the
Ice.
Broader.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's my confusion.
Yeah. What was the name on Kimmy Schmidt?
Titus.
Yeah.
something.
And he was also the voice actor for the crab creature in Moana.
No, that was what's his name? Jermaine Clement was the crab creature in Moana.
Shiny. That
Yep.
guy?
Yes, that's Jermaine
Oh,
Clement.
okay. Oh, are these
Named
the
as
daughters?
Yeah,
The who?
and they all look vaguely like the ugly stepsisters from
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cinderella?
Cinderella.
Yeah. But they like her sister. They like their sister.
Yeah, I mean it's her kind of coming out party.
Oh, someone missed their mark. Angry.
And he's
Father
just
is
dead.
angry.
That's why, that you have call times.
There's Ariel and Flounder, her chubby best friend.
I always thought that Ariel's face was a little bit too flexible, like it was made out of gelatin.
Oh
rather
yeah,
than...
but that's the idea.
Well, they are in
But
water.
But it made this is the template for what Disney princesses were going to look like, from here on out. We hadn't had a princess in a long time. So the last Disney princess before Ariel was Princess Elenwe from the Black Cauldron.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that one.
It is not a good movie. It looks cool, but it is not a good movie. It's one of Disney's biggest disasters. Oh, look at how chubby he is. It's all jowly. You ever see a jowly fish, Sasha?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I have.
Uh-oh, sure.
It says escape.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if the writers go back and watch some of these older films and try to look for linking scenes.
Could be. He got scared because he saw a human skeleton, which is a little bit bizarre.
I think I was Flounder in another lifetime.
Yeah.
What is that?
Would you get scared if you saw a fish skeleton?
Yes.
It's not so much a fish as he's a swimming head, basically.
So she just found herself a fork.
I don't know, but I bet Scuttle knows.
Reminds me of those really... They've started making the Disney Princess mouse ears, and they have really cool Ariel ones, and it has a fork stuck in the middle of it.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Now here's the question. Is it made of like hair, or is it like a plastic mold that looks like Ariel's hair?
Well, I don't know if it's hair. Like, I think it's like purple and sequiny, like her top, and then there's just a fork in the middle.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think.
We established she can't make it through.
If you didn't know, wouldn't you think that it was just like saying, I want to stick a fork in a fish and eat it?
Huh.
Now, because on the Little Mermaid ride, she has like molded plastic hair.
Oh.
However, her dad just has like a beard and like a wizard wig thing going on. Like he's got like it's just they took like a mannequin top half and a fish bottom half and put like a wig that you would get at Display and Costume on.
Oh.
So, it seems unrealistic to me that shark would be so hungry to eat half a ship.
Yeah. Just really wanted.
I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, Buddy Hackett. A very, very Don Bluthy character.
Oh, yeah. Reminds me of, isn't there a bird that gives the rescuers a ride?
Yes.
Okay. That's who he reminds me of.
That was an albatross.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, here, like you said, the two studios were in competition with each other for artistic talent.
And this year it was All Dogs Go to Heaven versus The Little Mermaid. And The Little Mermaid trounced All Dogs Go to Heaven. But I saw both movies in the theater as a 7-year-old. And I'll tell you what, that All Dogs Go to Heaven was the only Don Bluth movie I ever saw in the theater.
Huh.
And I saw every Disney animated release after this, except for Rescuers Down Under, which was the one from the next year. Mm-hmm. But from Beauty and the Beast through Mulan, I saw every single one of them in the big screen.
Wow.
Like the first one I missed was Hunchback, which I still have never seen. Nor have I seen...
You've never seen Hunchback?
I've never seen Hunchback.
Wow.
I've never seen Hercules.
Hunchback is really good.
I've heard that. I need to watch it.
This guy's giving out some bad advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know people like this. That they'll just... Whatever they don't know, they just absolutely make up.
Yeah. And they stand behind it, too.
And yes.
I remember seeing this thing on Facebook. It was like a realistic photograph versus...
Enter the Villains?
Oh, yeah, with the glowing eyes. So the realistic Ariel versus the fake... Or the animated Ariel, so like her hair's perfect when she comes out of the water versus this big ratty mess.
Yeah.
Or makeup and no makeup.
Now, the villainess here, Ursula, who has the bottom half of an octopus, which I thought was about the coolest thing in the world when I was in 7th grade. I mean, not 7th grade, when I was 7. Mm-hmm. That she's not a mer person, she's a half octopus. Her design and how it was spoken is all based on the famous drag queen Divine, who was the star of Hairspray, which we covered last year on Shore Leave. Now, she's voiced by the awesome Pat Carroll, who is still alive at 97 now. So,
wow.
Pat Carroll was 67 when she did this in the movie.
So she wants to bring down Triton, or she wants to bring down Ariel, or both?
She wants to bring down Triton. She's going to say later, poor princess, you weren't even the one that I wanted to do this to. Oh, Brian, you never said when you saw this the first time.
When did you see this, Brian?
Because you were in your late teens when this came out.
I think I might have saw it at my girlfriend's house.
Oh.
Don't tell Vanessa.
I don't remember where I was. I just I would have been in Germany.
Yeah, surely they would have had it on the base. I would figure that they've got to deal with Disney where they're going to get their movies.
Oh, for sure. Because I remember seeing. Oh no, that was in Pennsylvania. 101 Dalmatians. Huh.
That was theatrically re-released a couple years after this.
Yeah.
I went and saw that in the theater with my grandpa. Well, I saw this with my grandpa too, but it was a whole big family outing.
Maybe I didn't see it when it first came out then. Because I remember seeing it actually in Washington, and that was 92.
Huh.
So maybe it was a year, or maybe it was a few years before I saw it. Huh.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's weird.
What? As long as you live under my ocean.
Yeah. He's not a very redeemable character, like, at all. He's just mad all the time.
Well, it's Papa's angry character.
Yeah.
That's his whole job.
Yeah.
We love him, but he's angry at us. We just let him down.
He's the king, so he sits in this completely empty room, like, by himself, talking to this tiny crab.
But he does have, 7 or 8 other children?
Yeah.
Where are they?
They're not necessary in the movie now. You see them about two other times.
So if Titan was anything like Zeus...
Triton.
Triton? My bad. Now, is he modeled after Zeus?
No,
What's his story? Do we know?
The mythology of Triton is that Triton is one of Poseidon's sons. I believe he is the son of Poseidon and who's the goddess of love?
Venus? Well,
that's the Roman name.
But yeah,
Did we
Aphrodite.
lose our record, Sasha?
No.
Okay.
Aphrodite?
Yeah, I believe he's the son of Aphrodite and Poseidon.
Aphrodite could go underwater?
Aphrodite was...
Well, most of the gods can turn themselves into other things.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of... It's not Aphrodite. There was a goddess that began as pink mist and rode in on a seashell. And the Roman name is Venus.
Oh,
All right.
But that's Triton's mama.
Okay.
And this is so weird because it looks
Vesuvius?
like sun bleached. No.
I just don't see things the way he does.
So we're in Ariel's trove. She's checking out all her things. She's got a fork, a spoon, a knife, and this candelabra. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Hey!
And she somehow has put the set together.
Yeah. So what's funny here is a friend of a friend had a friendship end over one of the lyrics to this song.
really?
Yep.
Wow.
It's you want thingamabobs, I've got 20, but some people think that lyric is plenty. And a friendship was ended over whether it was 20 or plenty. She's got 20.
There you go.
I always thought it was
Wow.
20.
Yeah.
Huh.
So she's singing about how she wants more stuff.
Yeah. Well, she
Oh.
wants,
Oh, no.
life fulfillment or whatever.
Yeah, not more stuff.
So what's going on in her life in the merperson world where she doesn't feel included?
She's supposed to sing with her sisters all the time. Sebastian the crab is the court composer. And basically he throws these shows to have all of the mermaids sing to everybody, for the glory of the king.
That right there looks difficult to animate.
Oh yeah, they said it was. This they almost weren't able to do where she reaches through this hole.
Well, you're animating in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Even though it's a 2-dimensional representation of a body going in 3 different ways, up, down, left, right.
And I mean, they had to have had a separate animator for her hair and her body.
Yeah.
Right.
And notice he didn't bother putting scales on her lower part.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did they or did they?
Why did I never notice that? No.
No scales.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it would have been
Mind
insane
blown.
to animate this.
You know, this would be okay. This might be right for a maybe not a live version, but a reanimated.
Yeah, to put scales on her.
And the scales could keep up if you had
Yeah.
a CGI to move with the movements.
Huh.
I could see that as an overlay.
Yeah,
Well,
this is what was like impossible to do there, reaching
Huh.
out of that hole.
Interesting.
But this was almost cut from the movie, apparently, because when they showed it to test audiences, all the kids started like yelling and throwing stuff.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah. Just because they were little kids, it's not. It's
So
weird
that she
because-
could reach it, or like throwing stuff. Why? So she can.
No,
catch it?
just because it was kids in a room being shown a movie to see if they'd like it,
Oh.
and they just didn't like that song.
Huh.
I mean, that song right there, I mean, has carried the movie for decades.
Yeah.
In fact, if you show this to theater geeks, they all become 6 years old again.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the very first song. Like that poor first song was a complete flop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my collection.
Oh, so this is a top secret collection.
Yes. She's not allowed to have human stuff.
Imagine having a fish hook. That's like me walking around with bullets.
Yeah.
I've got this
Yeah.
bullet.
Syringes.
Yeah.
It's tough because like at the time this came out, like most people didn't understand that it was like not okay to like do like an imitation of his voice. This was a movie where I liked it so much that I did the tape, the version of it where I just kind of didactically recited lines into a tape recorder. Mm-hmm. Really, I mean, I cannot stress how great I thought this thing was when I was 7. I mean, I remember, what the world was like before there was the Little Mermaid and what it was like after there was the Little Mermaid.
Huh.
And even I was
big.
talking to my mom today. She was, about the same age I am now, is 39 when this came out. And, she thought it was incredible. Of course, there are all sorts of issues with it. It is, Matt's not here with us. He strenuously objected to our covering this movie because he feels like it is it sexualizes this character. I don't think that it does within the context of the movie. I could see somebody seeing a picture from this and going, "Oh, that's messed up."
So I was just thinking, yeah, if I were a kid, I wouldn't look at it that
Well,
way.
there was also the controversy behind the hidden elements in the animation, which
Yeah, let's
you can
not
you
get
can
into-
research
yeah.
on your own time.
I don't want to get too into
Yeah.
that.
But my biggest objection to this film that I can kind of see where Matt's coming from is that you're serving up a mute lady
Yep.
to royalty to marry.
But that was
And that's more
Yeah.
objectionable than her swimming around in a top.
But it's in the correct context. I mean, that's what they did. I mean, they would tell women, it's better just not to talk and let whatever happens happens. Of course, a child does not understand that. But
The seagull thinks the prince is the dog. That's
Yeah.
cute.
What came out first, Beauty and the Beast or Lion King? Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and
right?
the Beast did, yeah.
Okay. Because see, I saw this, and then I saw Beauty and the Beast too, but The Lion King was probably like my standout Disney movie that there was everything before and after, like you were saying about this movie. Because that's the one that I would just memorize all of the lines for and thought the music was incredible.
And we'll probably get to that in our last season, because I think that was a night.
Was it
That movie was 94.
96?
It was
I thought.
94.
Huh.
I was 12. I didn't see it until my 13th birthday, oddly enough. I did see it in the theater, and I've only seen Lion King all the way through once. I've listened to the
Yeah, there's
soundtrack
nothing
many
about
times.
falling for the princess. You're told to marry the president princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have your consorts.
I don't care for Eric as a character, like, at all.
Yeah, everybody, like, this is most people's, like, favorite prince, and I'm like, I
Really?
don't, yeah.
He doesn't really do much.
No.
He's just a hot boy.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like
probably
what?
why he's the popular one.
I mean,
but I'm like,
he's like 3 months away from the gym of like being the I can't believe it's not butter guy. I mean, he just needs more, peck.
On
who, Fabio?
yes, on
And longer hair.
on your sitcoms where they had like the daughters had the daughter is the main character on the sitcom, like the 16-year-old girl, and so she had to have a boyfriend that was totally two-dimensional. I mean, that's what Eric was like.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the only like three-dimensional boyfriends you really had at this time was Skippy on Family Ties.
So I'm a little lost here. Why did Prince Eric get a big statue of him for his birthday? Like, what's
Because
the
Grimsby wanted to make it for him. That's just the kind of a guy Grimsby is.
Grimsby did like him. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, she fell in the water, but guess what? She can live in the water.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
And this is very just like how they animated the fire here.
Right.
All very reminiscent of Don Bluth stuff.
That even reminds me of the lake and fire boat thing where the dog's in
Yeah.
the devil boat.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say more because American Tail had come out, so you had a big sea storm in that one.
Right. Oh, there goes the statue is down.
Well, that's what you get
Oh,
for keeping
the
him
doggo.
on deck.
Yeah.
Really? That dog should know how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just realizing how many Disney movies have water limits to them. So there's this one, and there's Moana, and then there's Finding Nemo. Like, you can't go past a certain point in the water.
Yeah. Well, I think, what's it called? Moana would be a good example of, a 21st century update
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the story.
Hey, the dog swam to the boat. Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
there it goes. The whole ship exploded.
Oh no, your ship explode.
They're-
So
they're-
who's the king now? Grimsby?
Yeah. Their
Eric's
crew
dead.
just gets smaller and smaller. Now it's like 6 guys in a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, she gets him? She saves him? Yes.
It must be a magical bikini top that it never falls off.
I would love to see this remade where they just put a CGI sea lion over everything that Ariel is.
God, look
So
at
when
this.
when she speaks, she just goes, "Arr, arr,
Look at the
arr."
rock formations on
I would
this
watch
beach.
that.
It's like this is like those beaches that Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft talk about, where they just look like they're on other planets.
Well, it's the Washington coast here, so.
Yeah. Her and I and me and our kingdom by the sea.
Well, I was just thinking that one of the rocks just looked like a really oversized barnacle.
Cue the Taylor Swift music right now.
Right. Has anybody watched the latest Black Mirror with the Miley Cyrus episode?
No.
It's bizarre.
Oh, Sebastian washed up just to see this. Oh,
They rewrote Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails to be a pop song.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course, this is the mermaid fable.
Okay, this I could kind of see where, they're trying to... Where Ariel could be totally sexualized.
Yeah, she is 16.
I would have loved to see them animate her flopping back.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
just thinking that.
It's
That's what we should have saw.
There's so
They've
many
done
like-
that in they've done that in something. I can't think of what it is.
There's so many missed fish animations.
bad cutscenes. All right,
He's
well,
a little chipper for being just shipwrecked.
Yeah.
well, he's smitten. He's in love. A beautiful woman creature rescued.
No, the
Oh,
older guy.
Yeah.
Beam,
Grimsby.
Yeah.
the Grimsby. Okay, yeah,
Go to the coast and see if he's down there.
yeah. Why is her hair doing this? I don't get it.
Because she's magic, Sasha.
Oh, all right.
Okay. No, she's been out of the water for she has. She's gone back in.
Like
so.
2 seconds. Have you ever... Oh, there's this, I don't know if it's a meme or somebody's like...
an interview. This is the kind of like the famous pose of the Little Mermaid
yeah.
in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Okay, you were saying?
there's this blog, or somebody is an artist and has created a whole bunch of pictures of the Disney princesses, like what the Disney princess's hair would actually look like if they had just been there. So, like, Ariel looks like a drowned rat because she's got this wet hair. And, like, Jasmine just from flying around on a carpet, just like this windswept hair.
These little guys really freaked me out.
These guys.
They're the lost souls of all the deals past.
Wow.
So here's the next scene with the sisters. And they just hang out, they just hang out at their makeup tables like girls do.
Yeah.
Help us out, Jem. Do you know girls who did this?
Oh, well, yeah, but not me.
Right. Oh, really? Explain. This is a world that's foreign to most of us.
Dad just doesn't knock. He's just like, I'm just gonna come in here. We're doing this.
What, girls hanging out by the
makeup tables?
Makeup table? What are they called again? See, that's how much of a girly girl I am. I forget what they're called. Vanity tables.
I'm wondering how many different wives Triton had to get that variety of daughters.
Right.
And they all looked very generic looking.
Yep.
Probably done by purpose so they don't overshine Ariel.
Well, she's the different one. I think that Ariel had a different mother. Oh, he loves you.
Again. Well, I was just thinking, there's a lot of girls that take, 2 or 3 hours to get ready because it takes them, at least an hour just to, like, put their makeup on and then they have to curl their hair. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Sebastian, that probably hurts her.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the showstopper.
I love this song. The song that we're not supposed to sing now.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Keep talking.
I remember singing this as a kid.
And did you sing it like in that
Caribbean?
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's imitatable.
And now it's just...
And you don't understand the appropriation of it.
Yeah.
You're just having fun.
The voice actor for this, that's not his real accent, right?
No. And actually, James Earl Jones used this accent in a movie once and then apologized for doing it.
Scales!
Yeah.
Look at that!
Yeah.
Well, it's a still shot, so
yeah,
that's why they did that.
But even so, for a still shot, those aren't very defined scales.
Yeah,
we may have mentioned it in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. They have Jessica Rabbit show up in that dress with all the sparkles on it.
Oh yeah,
and it took more time to make those sparkles on her dress than it did to animate any of the rest of the movie.
Oh, I believe
it.
No
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really depressed fish we saw come through. What's up with this guy?
Because he's gonna get eaten. I guess he's in trouble. Whoa.
Wow. Hey, look at that.
I think that's definitely what they concentrated on as far as animation are those little bloomy things.
Ariel, nothing Prince Eric is going to do with you is going to make you as happy as those seahorses swimming around you. Or just look at her face. It's like she's very amused, but the happiest she is those little seahorses dancing around her.
Okay, so there's this lyric that says, when the something begins the begin. What is a begin?
It's from that Cole Porter song, When We Begin at the Begin.
But what is a begin? Is it an actual
I think it's
thing?
another way to say beginning.
Oh.
This is just terrible.
How long do you think it took them to...
That was a blackfish and blackface.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Did you see that?
I did indeed. And it's in the Disneyland ride.
Oh!
No way!
Just imagine basically stationary figures of all these characters, but they're rotating to different degrees around in a circle.
Well, I guess my question is, when can you represent something and when can't you? Because here they're trying to be Caribbean, and I get it, but they're not in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Like where this boat sank on the shore. It wasn't some Caribbean island, I would imagine.
But Sebastian could have come from the Caribbean. He could have
brought all these folks with him?
No, he's the court composer. Basically, he writes these songs and everybody performs them for him.
But if you listen to all the other characters, they're singing in his accent too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that tells me that he either taught them to sing that way or he told them, come with me.
And the subtitles for that scene were not in Pidgin English. It doesn't say under the sea. It says under the sea.
That's true. Is that what that's called? Pidgin English?
No, I probably shouldn't have said that. It's not. That was a Korean accent.
Pidgin is where you take two languages and speak them together as one.
Like Spanglish.
Oh, okay. Well, they do that some in the Louisiana area.
Yeah.
French and English.
Yeah,
Well,
Creole.
Creole, yeah.
It's Pidgin.
So now Sebastian thinks that Triton knows about Eric, but he just was listening to his daughters and thinks that Ariel's in love with somebody. Now, the voice of Triton is Kenneth Mars, who you probably know best if you're a Malcolm in the Middle fan. He was the German cowboy that Malcolm's older brother worked for. And then he was also in the producers as the Nazi sympathizer that wrote the play Springtime for Hitler.
So I just looked up Begin because I was really curious, and it's actually a dance.
Oh, cool.
It's a vigorous popular dance. It's a vigorous popular dance, and then an ad popped up on my phone. Lovely. In the West, made popular in the West Indies.
Huh.
So here,
there it's his region.
Yeah.
trying to press something out of him.
And Sebastian also looks like a Don Bluth character, too. The way
Yeah,
his
he
face
kind of
moves.
does, actually.
Mm-hmm. Humans!
Humans.
They're tasty! A ship full of them just
Yeah.
sank over here. Let's nibble on their bits.
Ew.
Bits.
Nibbles and bits.
It's like Steven Universe. No fries, just the bits, please.
So, how
How did
they get that statue, which doesn't fit in the upper hole or the
Yeah.
lower hole, that weighs a ton or more?
And apparently Flounder did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had help.
Even if he had help, how?
It'd be funny if he just like leans back and he's got like human abs.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of work. I'm not sorry I did it though.
See, this is where Triton would have said, you know what? I'm going to make you ambassador to the human people.
Oh, we missed a great pun earlier in the morning. The first time, earlier in the film, the first time when Sebastian came to visit Ariel, he says to her, you know, you're under a lot of pressure down here.
Yeah.
Yuck.
You don't even know him.
I've been shown the future before. Literally, humans are responsible for us being dead.
Species.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They've ruined the ocean.
Oh, no, you didn't. She just said, I love him.
Yeah.
She regrets that.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Such a 16-year-old.
What are you going to do to her, man? Oh, he's
Wow.
All of her stuff, yeah.
just gonna trash the room.
Just
Okay.
burn down her bedroom.
Man. Trauma, a little bit. Anger management.
That's not gonna help him understand.
No.
Or her understand. Really, I mean, this is just a veiled argument for racism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this other person who belongs to some other race.
I don't like just because they are another race.
It's like, why don't I go take you to see them killing a whale?
There you
This
go.
is what they do.
That would make a lot
Enjoy.
more sense.
Yeah.
I wonder why Disney's never taken on Shakespeare yet. Well.
They
Well,
don't-
what's the Lion King? It's Hamlet.
Oh, that's true. That is Hamlet. Yeah.
It's Hamlet, and it's Kimba the White Lion from what's it called? Osamu Tezuka. And they've actually made it like really hard to sell anything Kimba the White Lion. Like it's never been, the comic has never been translated into English officially for U.S. markets. I have it was on TV over here in the '60s, and I have a DVD of the first disc of the first season, and it is so The Lion King.
Still haven't watched Lion King 1.5, which would be awesome because it's supposed to be equivalent to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
Yep.
I would totally watch that.
I've seen it. It's got a neat song in it called Dig a Tunnel. That's the only song I remember from it.
Obviously, Ariel has not been taught in the ways of stranger danger.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay, they're... Oh, no, they just switched places. Same
they did?
eyes are on the
Yeah.
wrong side.
Oh.
They just switched places.
This is a bad example of how of temptation because usually temptation is something like beautiful, and they're just like, hey, you want to make a scary deal?
So they recommend they go see Ursula. And there's the face of her love.
that face, that
Face.
fabulous face.
Just look at that face.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. Yeah, that's right. I'm singing Taylor Swift. Fight me.
Well,
Whoa.
when you start the episode...
When did Flounder have a nose?
I'm going to see Ursula.
I'm gonna go do something stupid. You should learn not to talk about me.
She'll tell my father.
Wow. So she's doing it because she wants to make her dad angry.
You don't remember Flounder with a nose?
No, I
I
don't.
always remember him with the nose.
I've been focusing on his cheeks the whole time. Thanks, Pat.
Chub, chub, chub.
Cute,
chub, chub.
chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
Pinchable.
Chub, 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 chub.
Everything about that just screams danger.
Yeah. Let's go!
It's just a throat, Ariel. Get in there.
I never understood the bubbles underwater. Like, to demonstrate that it's underwater, they have to dry out.
We're still underwater.
There's oxygen under here.
Hey, Patrick, let's go to the Krabby Patty.
Yeah. Pretty much. This
That
looked so cool on the ride.
Huh. The seaweed looked like intestines.
Yeah.
She's gonna use all of her gross makeup stuffs.
Now, I really never thought of her as evil. I always thought this character's just misunderstood.
Well, all of the bargains she sets up are bargains that she actively works against people being able to pay, and so she can just manipulate stuff. She used to be in stuff that they cut from the script. She used to be the Queen of Atlantis. She's actually Ariel's aunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
And she got kicked out.
So she's an expat.
Yep. This is why she's doing this to mess with Ariel's dad, with Triton.
Yeah, she wants her power. She
Yeah,
wants
and I
the
would
rule back.
I would say, like, Triton is a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather hang out with Ursula than I would want to hang out with Triton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just mad and I want to destroy things.
If Ursula really wanted to get back at Triton, just like you said, these two should become really good friends, and then that would be the true trap. It's like, oh, well, I like your enemy way more than I like you. Oh, well. I don't know why, but I keep on thinking she should have, like, one of those cigarettes on a...
Oh, yeah.
on
Instead
an
of cigarette holder.
Yeah, what are those things called?
They're just called cigarette holders.
So she's saying that there are a lot of sad people out there and that she can help them.
Yep.
And you have all these little shrimp things warning her.
No!
Don't do it.
Reminds me of, I don't remember if it was Harry Potter or if it was one of the Lord of the Rings, but somebody's looking into the water and there's all these, like, ghosts and dead people in there. And it's freaky. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
It's in both.
Really?
Yeah. Because there's a bunch of really disturbing looking mer people in Harry Potter 4. And then they have the cave where there's in the third Lord of the Rings movie where they have all of the people the army that died trying to cross the
That's
mountain.
what it was, yeah. I just remember being really creeped out by it and it reminded me exactly of this.
Yeah, it's the 3-day rule. This is weird. Because why is it the Sacred Heart of Christ?
That's what I was,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
It doesn't have thorns around it, but other than that, that's the Sacred Heart of Christ.
Yeah.
Huh, I had no idea. I thought she was just laying out the rules of the contract.
Yeah, but that's just a weird symbolism to use.
You turn back into a mermaid.
Why is her hair so much more bigger?
Yeah.
So the deal is, she'll turn her into a human. She has to fall in love. Specifically, she has to kiss the prince by the third
The prince
evening.
has to kiss her by the third evening, and it has to be true love's kiss.
And if not,
She's back into a mermaid, and she belongs to
her.
Ursula.
Okay.
And now she's going to add this other complication to it. She's going to take Ariel's voice away.
We haven't discussed the subject of payment. You can't get something for nothing.
It's like, no, it's not. I don't have to pay you. We're gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days to fall in
the
love.
payment is for the gamble.
Yeah.
So this is the ante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the scale that she sung. I sing it all the time.
Oh, without my voice. How can I?
You're a teenager. You can make it work.
Don't forget the importance of body language. That ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids.
Yeah. You know, this reminds me of those really inappropriate merman, merwoman Christmas ornaments that you can get. Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah.
That's so sad. All of the potions were just living creatures that got
Yeah.
smashed and got fire. I like this song a lot. And then his face turns into her face. That's the drag reference again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
For all eternity.
Wow, she doesn't
Thank
even.
Ariel.
She doesn't even get the chance to die all the time.
Unfortunate
Cool
souls.
Fishbone.
And these things that she names are actually sea winds. Beluga, Sabluga. Those are
See.
I'm sorry, but a contract is a contract is a contract.
She's 16. She's not old enough to sign one. Boom.
That is true.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Ariel in Disney World and Disneyland, at all the Disney parks, when they sign the signature book, they try to copy that exact signature?
That'd be funny.
That would be awesome. That's dedication right
I didn't
there.
see an Ariel at Disneyland. The only princess, I want to say the only princess I saw was Princess Tiana.
Ooh.
I did see Goofy. I did see Geppetto was there for some reason.
That's
kind
cool.
of yeah. Also Peter Pan and Captain Hook, who I thought Captain Hook would be a face character, but he actually has a headpiece.
Oh, okay.
Peter Pan is a face character. Oh, and I saw Gaston too.
Her hair got longer.
Yeah.
Well, you take away your voice.
Oh.
Sparkly.
Gotta have longer hair.
They-
Clouds.
They should have made her kind of maybe just rather than make it a little painful. I mean, not make it like a torture scene or anything, but
Yeah, like
No,
she
this-
gets out and she's like, no big deal.
what? No big.
There's a boat ride at Disneyland where you actually go past this castle, a little miniature of it. It's really cool. They have many of the castles that the princesses lived in, and the tour guide is like very monotone, and this is the castle where Prince Eric lived, and he met Ariel and fell in love.
It'd be cool if they had the boat.
Yeah.
I want to know why she's not cold right now.
Yeah.
Because now that she's a human, she should have distress tolerance to, or lack of distress tolerance to the temperature.
But again, there's a bird on her leg. Shouldn't that hurt?
She can still speak bird or hear bird.
Yeah.
Well, she can still hear everything. That people just can't talk to her, or she just can't talk to people.
And also, she has no idea how to write. Although she did just a second ago sign
Sign
her
her
own
name.
name. Yeah. Jeez, man.
Just learning to walk.
She's got really big feet.
That's not bad walking for the first
Wait a
5
minute.
minutes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she's got no pants on.
I-
Yep, they've
Just look at her, all of you, from that angle.
I totally
It's
never
fine.
noticed that.
honestly, I think they're being very respectful.
Yeah.
Given can you imagine just in the animation room, it's like, okay, how are we going to shoot this so we don't make anybody upset right
I
now?
mean, her tail moved like it was a person, wearing a mermaid costume. It didn't move like a fish tail.
Oh yeah, okay.
She very much had, knees and a posterior in there. She just didn't really have feet.
Oh, she's sad.
Yeah.
When the last unicorn turned into Amalthea, was she naked?
No,
I don't remember.
I think she
She
had
had
a robe.
clothes.
I've got that movie.
I did too.
I wish it was 1982. We could cover it.
I know. It's as old as I am.
Yep.
We could cover it in 2022. That's just around the corner, man.
Yeah. Well, I want to watch it for my birthday that year. I want to do a double feature of The Last Unicorn and Bambi.
So,
Oh yeah, Bambi also came out that year.
No,
This-
Bambi came out in 42.
Oh.
So 40 years before I was born, and I'll be 40.
so what's the name of this dog right here?
Max.
Max. Do you think this movie is what got Max the part in the Raccoons? Like they saw him and I'm like, he was great in The Little Mermaid. We should bring him on.
I think the Raccoons was before this.
And this was the inception of Project Runway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna give you a tarp, some seaweed, and rope. Make it look good.
Make it work.
And Tim Gunn shows up around the corner. No, I'm sorry. I gotta help you out with this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if this knucklehead scared you.
Yeah. No amount of product will make your hair look as good as her hair did.
Nope.
Wow, did
I
you see
saw
that? Did you see that lip bite there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He's a little oblivious.
Very
yeah.
much So
I knew it. You're the one. The one I've been looking
No,
What's your name?
no.
very one-dimensional
No.
character. And the
Oh,
dog. It's like
she
the
can't
dog
talk.
knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen to me, Eric.
So this is a
Can't
trope.
speak?
This is a trope called "Born Sexy Yesterday."
Huh.
Born
She's
sexy yesterday.
Yeah, she's basically a baby in the body of a woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't understand how things work.
I think it'd be absolutely hilarious if Eric said, "So I want you to come back to the castle and meet my boyfriend."
Yeah, the biggest example of that is the Fifth Element.
Ah,
Born
yeah.
Sexy Yesterday, yeah.
Okay, it kind of showed she couldn't really walk very well, so
She was unsure of her
there's not
And here's
pain, but
The
still.
awesome Edie McClure as the voice of the I don't know what her character's name is. The assistant
Carlotta.
lady, Carlotta. Nice.
the classic Disney chambermaid, which we've seen from Robin Hood
Yeah.
to Beauty and the Beast with the teacup lady.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Mrs. Potts.
Mrs. Potts, yes. Oh no!
But Edie
that's-
McClure, of course, is from Ferris Bueller. They say that Ferris Bueller is a righteous dude, and the rent-a-car woman in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no, just what he wants to see.
And they say in the commentary for this, they'll probably never be able to do this again in a Disney movie because the chef in that scene is not a bad guy.
Yeah.
No.
He's just
Oh, I love
he's
that.
one good guy trying to kill another good guy. So it's basically a Tom and Jerry cartoon as soon as the chef
Oh,
shows
I
up.
remember that.
Yeah.
I love the chef.
It's like, I'm so wistful and my shirt is so puffy. Why can't I find a girl, Grimsby?
There she is.
Isn't she?
A vision, he calls her.
I guess. She can't sing, though.
Wow,
I
he
mean,
just
come
totally
on.
gave her elevator eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
What-
is terrible.
What's her pedigree?
Yeah. She's the fork. She's
Uh.
the...
What's it?
Yeah.
Must brush my hair with it.
I want to know what country they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
It's by the sea. I want to say near the Mediterranean.
Well, I mean, the actual fairy
Spain,
tale takes
Portugal?
part in Denmark, but
In Denmark, really?
well, like the actual fairy tale.
Yeah.
but
I bet you it's some, yeah.
this I'm not sure.
It's in the Netherlands.
Well,
He just had to clean his face off a lot.
I don't think there's any subterfuge coming from the royal side of things, right? So like,
Here's our Star Trek connection. This is Renee Borginal who plays Odo as
no
as
way.
Louis, as Louis the chef. Yes,
No.
Yes. I sung this in karaoke.
Not a bad guy. In fact, he's a good guy. He's really into his cooking. I don't know why they give him an
Beauty
eyeshadow.
and the Beast?
So
He just has the dark circles.
laughs in rhythm.
So why do butcher knives have a circle in the?
So you can hang it on the wall.
Oh,
You don't want to hang it by the handle, huh?
I always wondered about that.
There you go. Yeah, hide in plain sight, Sebastian. Just
Don't pound fish, dumbass. I'm sorry.
he's doing the salt. I don't think he knows how to do this right.
Well, no, if he's gonna do like Lotch, you do put a ton of salt on it to cure it.
His dance, dude. I love that he's like so top heavy and has teeny little legs.
There's something else that you heavily salt fish for. There's some sort of
It won't hurt because
dish
you're
that you
dead.
just
And you're
cover it
certainly
in
lucky
like a
you
salt
are.
crust.
Because it's gonna be hot in my big silver pot.
What's that about being hot? What's that, Jim?
No, I just
Here we go,
talking
straight up
about
Tom
how-
and Jerry.
Yeah.
How
Even the
lox
music.
is usually made with lots of salt.
Uh huh.
And I was thinking there's another classic fish that you just put in, you bake it in a salt crust.
Okay. Oh yeah, totally Tom and Jerry. I almost see a little bit of Who Framed Roger Rabbit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their last year's big movie.
Well, that was in
But
combination.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was Tom and Jerry too.
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Potts, no!
I think I'd better go see what Louie is.
Louie. Oh, look at that beautiful cheese.
Yep.
He's way too angry about his food getting away.
What are you doing?
I love that she's like mad at a level that's like, this is not completely unexpected, but super annoying.
Yeah.
So we're serving the food,
The steam trays on it.
and he is just really into this. Uh-oh. Is she gonna do it?
And look how huge he is now. He's totally out of proportion.
That's
He's like as
terribly
big as like
drawn food right there,
Yeah.
too. It looks like a
Oh, who's
painting.
Sebastian?
yeah.
Oh,
He
he's
was gigantic. He was the size of that whole plate. Sebastian is should be like about the size of a quarter.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
thought he was like the size of a fist.
No, I would think he was about the size of a quarter. Little guy.
Huh.
Like a hermit crab is. They're little teeny things.
Oh, he's a hermit crab?
Yeah.
How did I never notice that? Thought he was
I
an
love this
actual
scene because
crab.
he's playing with his dog and she's watched with a smile on her face. Like, yeah, it's me and the dog time, but night.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just me and the dog.
Just FYI, brushing your hair with the fork does not work.
Yeah, see how
Really?
little he is there compared to the hairbrush. That tiny lettuce leaf is like as big as his whole body.
Oh, yeah.
She loves the soft bed.
That's a good animated bounce there.
Yeah.
I like it when cartoon characters aren't rigid when they're fluid.
Yeah.
Why? What
Eyelashes,
the? Is he
man.
trying to tell us about the birds and the bees here?
No, he's
No,
trying
just
to
had a
talk.
kid.
Just a reminder that you're on a mission here, Missy.
Yeah, that's true.
Earlier, Bryant and I watched a video about how animated characters for a long time were drawn in what is called the squash and bounce style, or the squash and stretch style.
Huh.
And that's very much how Sebastian is animated. He stretches out and then he squashes in.
Oh,
Yeah.
gonna look at him.
So has
Oh.
anybody told the king yet?
Oh, here comes that
This
seahorse.
guy. We've looked everywhere, except for the surface.
I feel bad because I have the teensiest crush on Sebastian, and I thought I might have been a little bit too direct.
That's a really weird outfit for a seahorse.
It's a it's like literally a
You know what? He reminded
a candy wrapper that somebody threw in the ocean.
He reminds me of Robin Williams as the head of the moon in.
Oh yeah.
in Munchausen.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Why is he doing that? The Queen is tickling his feet.
Can we do that movie on a Shirley?
Yes.
Holy
smokes. Yeah, it's coming up. It's either next year or the year after.
Yeah, I'm gonna come for that one.
How cool would it be if we saw Belle walking through with some books in this scene?
Well, Belle didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
They would have because they put Belle in all sorts of other movies. She's in Aladdin, and she's in
What?
Yeah, she's one of the. There's a bunch of figurines in Aladdin, and one of them is Beast, and one of them is Belle, and one of them is Chip. And then in Hunchback, she's walking around reading her book, and then Hercules has the tea set from Beauty and the Beast.
You know, the kingdom also reminds me of the kingdom in Tangled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
No,
they could easily had them be Rapunzel's parents.
See, this is Vanessa here.
Yeehaw!
Except I don't think she'd be that quiet about it.
No.
Now, I like this song a lot. I like Kiss the Girl a lot. Do I like the idea that they would have like a boys choir sing it at a prom at a high school in 2019? No. I don't like that.
What?
Is that like a promposal?
Yeah, no, it's like it's totally an anti-consent song if you look at the lyrics to it.
Well, okay, so audience, turn on your subtitles and read the lyrics
No,
to the
it's
song.
totally anti-consent. It's like, I don't care. Isn't there like lyrics like, I don't care what she says, or if she doesn't look like she wants it, do it anyway?
Yeah.
What?
Pretty much.
Very Don Bluth here with the seagull doing the song. And she could probably hear rhythm to it, but now it's Sebastian's turn.
Oh, look at those cute mallards.
Yeah.
Where are all the lady ducks?
Well, like,
Oh, they've got turtles. They don't need lady ducks.
And the turtles are enjoying it.
wins.
Words.
Oh, I wonder if those reeds were a callback to that early Disney movie where the storm was coming in at an old windmill. Do you remember that?
It's called The Old Mill, yeah. That was where they first used the multi-plane camera.
Oh, I was terrified when I watched that.
Well, they used to show it as part of the Disney Halloween special.
Oh, wow.
Probably the last few times they did the Disney Halloween special, they had Ursula's Poor Unfortunate Souls song in it. But yeah, the Old Mill was part of it. They'd have the mirror be like, oh, and here comes a storm, and then they'd show
There's
it.
one way to ask her. Just kiss her.
Now
And now they have these flamingos show up, and it's like, so this could only be Florida.
Yeah.
We found out where it takes place. Well, okay, to be fair, she does want him to kiss her.
Yes.
Which is why
it's fine.
The girl.
The song is fine in the context of this movie. But when you're like dressed like the Whippin' Poofs and decide to like sing it in a dance.
I love how he's trying to guess her name. Mildred? No. How about
She does look like a Rachel.
Well, she did write her name at one point, so maybe you go find a piece of paper, Ariel.
Whoa! Wait! How do you guess it? He just figured it out.
Huh.
Did someone whisper it when I wasn't looking?
I think Sebastian did.
Okay. Oh, so this is a willow tree.
And it's true, there's nothing more romantic than being under willows.
Yeah?
It is really nice, yeah.
Okay.
Problem is that, spiders like to build giant webs in there. So.
I do like willows, though.
Yeah.
Willows are pretty trees.
Man, Sebastian is the wingman here. He
Right?
really wants he wants her life to be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's pulling out all the resources. And she just looks hypnotized.
And then all of a sudden there are fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally in Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Florida.
Because they don't have fireflies in Europe, do they?
I don't think so.
Oh, look at that. Now, I think the barracudas screw this up, right?
Yep. Come over and knock the
Barracuda.
boat over.
Those ducks were way too into it.
Yeah.
They do have flamingos in Italy.
Okay.
So
But fireflies.
the fireflies, yeah.
Oh yeah,
so
because that
how about just kiss
that
now?
flamingo on Sesame Street was Italian.
Oh yeah.
Placido Flamingo.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's right. She thinks that Ariel's too easy, so she's going to come down as a woman
Yeah, she's
herself.
gonna be a
And
raven-haired
that
beauty.
woman's name is Vanessa.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that's what you really look like.
She almost looks like Demona from Gargoyles there.
Oh, yeah.
When she did the transition.
And who is the voice of Demona?
Deanna
Marina
Troy.
Sirtis,
Marina,
yep.
yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, pulling a Picard here.
Got his flute, yeah.
I was gonna say he was pulling a Riker. He's got the one leg up.
Oh, he needs a beard.
Oh.
Grimsby's like, I don't know why any girl wouldn't want to date an emo guy who plays his flute in the fog like you, with like one leg up on the balustrade.
That is totally Riker.
Yeah.
Riker wouldn't be so shy, though.
True.
He'd be like,
That cape would have like epaulets on it, and
what?
the pants would have like 9 blouses, and he'd look like MC Hammer walking around.
Alright, why did he throw his flute in the ocean?
Because he just can't find her.
Oh no! There's another woman.
It's like, this is how stuff happens.
Give me wind. Give me wind to ripple my hair.
What? Distracted by a pretty face.
It's just like when there's a pie on a windowsill, except it's music going into your eyes.
Next time I see a really good-looking pie, it's gonna be Ariel's voice that goes
Yeah.
through my
Yeah.
head.
She's in a different bedroom this time.
Yeah.
Oh, she looks rough.
Yeah, well, she...
She did fall in the water.
Yep.
Where's that awesome hairspray that you had not too long ago?
Quick, get the fork!
You know, he's getting married.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
You
quick.
know, this guy just is quick to love, getting married in one day.
Or maybe he was enchanted. I think he was enchanted.
Oh, okay.
Enchanted is really fun. If you haven't seen that.
Yes.
That's a really fun movie.
Oh yeah.
Stardust
Oh,
is
Amy
fun,
Adams.
too.
Oh, yes. Stardust is great.
Oh, I love Stardust.
I need to rewatch that and review it.
Who's
for a little
the
bit.
female... Or
There's
the
your
male?
CGI again.
Whoa, is that... What?
Yeah.
They use CGI in this?
Yeah, no, they do. When she reached out of the hole, that was CGI as well. And I think some of the shots of the ship, too.
Who's the female and what?
Who's the female and what?
Sasha. Who's the female?
Oh, no, I meant who's the male lead in Stardust?
Charlie Cox, who
'Cause-
plays Daredevil on
No
Netflix.
kidding.
Yes.
Wow, because I say that Eric reminds me of that guy.
A little bit, yeah.
Huh.
Kind of because he isn't like super buff. He's more eye candy.
She's so sad.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
See, what he's wearing now, that's something what Riker would wear. Because it's got epaulets, it's got shiny buttons.
I heard.
Shiny
I heard
buttons.
on one planet Riker wore feathers.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the wedding boat. Look at that. There's the wedding cake on the boat.
And she's not even invited. Like, that girl that we let live with us and feed and gave her nice clothes.
And almost
she should-
kissed.
she
Literally
should
the
not
night
come
before.
to the wedding.
Yeah.
Fire the wedding planner. Terrible wedding planner.
No, they had to do it on a budget. It was on a boat and they needed a head count. I had a friend who grew up in Guam, and when they got married, the problem in Guam is when you throw a wedding, the whole freaking island shows up to your wedding. So they decided to have the wedding on a boat
Ah.
and not tell anybody, and then only the family would show up.
And now Ursula's singing in Ariel's voice.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask,
Ursula's
why
voice.
is it that? So I was gonna ask, what did the voice actress of Ariel think about not talking for the majority of the film?
It's not even the majority of the film, though. She gets her big song, and again, it's Jodie Benson's the actress's name. She gets there to sing that song. It's so weird looking at this castle now after going on that ride, because they did such a good job of doing that model. It's got the stairs down to the river and everything.
And she was singing with a stolen set of pipes.
It was your pipes!
She stole your pipes!
Pipes, peeps!
This guy is just a hot mess.
Yeah, they got Buddy Hackett to do the narration for the Little Mermaid ride before he passed away.
I'd like to hear Mr. Hackett as the chief engineer, so when engineering is blowing up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, Captain, everything's bad. Because he's Dustin Hoffman.
Why can she not? Since she has legs and she just learned how to walk, can she swim? How weird would it be if you were a mermaid and then got your legs and then couldn't swim? And would she be afraid to drown?
She would lose it. She would not be afraid to drown.
But she probably would drown.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's some continuity back to where they were the night before, where we saw all the birds lived.
oh yeah.
There's your sea lions.
I would definitely watch Ariel the Sea Lion.
And mystery guests who we don't know and never see again.
Eric
and
doesn't look very happy.
Oh!
Kicks
I think
a
he's
dog.
bewitched.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
there's
looks
the
kind of
priest.
Yep.
Mad
Priest.
there.
A much less excitable priest in this version.
Seriously, Flounder, you were able to move a big marble statue.
But not a barrel with a girl sitting on it.
Yes.
And those barrels aren't too heavy. Oh, are we on the third day already?
I know, it seems like it's only the
I
second
think we
day.
missed a day.
Yeah, I think we only did 2 days.
Yeah, she got there. Wait, no, she got there, spent the night, the one night. So then they had their date the next day. So yeah, this is the third day. No, it works.
Okay.
She spent the night there, then they went out and did the horsey thing, and then they had the kiss the girl dance. That was night 2. So this is night 3. So it's this.
Oh, they're bouncing around like a yoga ball.
The cool thing, though, is Ariel has incredible upper body strength.
Yeah.
She climbed that rope hand over hand.
Yikes. A screaming seagull. Oh, bit by a dog.
We should tell,
And there's the voice.
when we're off mic, we should tell epic wedding failure stories. Because it made me think of a story my cousin told me.
So she gets her voice back. Is the contract broken?
No.
No.
No. She can talk. Yeah, now let's get married. Right now.
You can talk, therefore I have
liked you better
value?
when
What?
you were mute.
You gotta kiss me, like, right now.
Oh man, she's got a horrible smoker's voice.
Okay.
It's back to the trailer park for you.
Oh, she's huge! I mean, she's hideous! Something tells me I could have stopped that.
Yes.
There we go.
King
Daddy.
Torso, I mean King Triton.
Not a chance, Titan. She's mine now. We made a deal.
Read the contract.
I can burn it with fire. What? Meanwhile, Lily's doing that, he just pops Ursula like a cherry tomato.
Yeah.
Well, the contract's still there, but I mean, I blasted her real good, so she's dead.
It's interesting how much value they put into a contract and how it can't be broken.
Yep.
I might be willing to make an exchange.
You know,
So
a
she
contract
wants-
is a classic tool of genocide, so.
Yeah, true.
I
So-
don't know.
He's going out to find his other true love before he got
Yeah.
distracted. This is so sad to watch her wilt into a little wormy
Yeah.
thing.
It must have been spooky for kids. I don't remember that anything like scared or bugged me in the movie. I was so with this movie the whole time.
It's kind of cool though that her dad took her place.
Yep.
And look at these expert whaling skills he's about to pull out.
He's got his beard and everything. He's like, I'll still let you be king. I'll come visit you here.
I'll feed you little goldfish flakes.
Her downfall is just totally hubris.
Yeah.
Because she just gets it and then a ship runs into her.
Excuse me. Wait. Contract or no, but she lives and dies by the contract, I
Yeah.
thought.
Whoops! Oh crap.
Should have brought an oar to hit the barracudas with.
Barracuda.
I was just thinking of that song.
Yeah, you got him, Flounder.
Goodbye to your sweetheart.
I want a trident gun.
Oh man.
Oh, did they just die?
Yeah, they just exploded.
Wow.
That's why I
Look at all
was saying
that
it's
ink.
like Triton hit her just as hard when she had the contract in front of her. It should have just popped her like a cherry tomato.
I'll never let go, Jack.
Yeah.
I'll never let go.
This is how Titanic should have ended. Ursula just pops up.
I'm sorry, but the script says he dies.
It was my iceberg.
Again, I would watch that.
Go, a tentacle!
Was that part of the ride?
It's all
No.
you can eat sushi, boys! Fire up the rice cooker!
They have the wedding scene, and then they say what happened, and you're in a different room, and then it's the end of the movie.
This is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, a
Wow.
lot terrifying.
If I was a wee one, so like in 4th, 5th, or 6th, well, maybe
But
not
you were
6th
a wee
grade.
one.
Well, this came out when I was in 10, but I didn't see it until I was in high school.
Oh, right.
I was
Because we watched it in choir.
I was 7 and it didn't bug me. I'm trying to think of the first. I can think of things I watched on video that really scared me, but I can't think of like the first thing I ever saw in the theater that was really scary.
Hey, is that his boat that just sank? In the opening of the film?
May have been.
Yeah, may have
Yeah.
been come out of the
How cool would it be if he like went back to his cabin where the secret compartment is, where he gets like some magic thing?
Yeah,
to
see
encounter?
all the ships that were sunk are now coming to the surface.
All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember he impales her.
Spoiler.
Yeah, it's a kind of a weak ending
Oh.
where she becomes the Kraken.
I saw her skeleton. It was white.
Somehow this doesn't feel like this is how it was
Disney?
supposed to end.
How would you have
Well.
ended it?
I don't know. See, I don't know the original story of the Little Mermaid so well. Does anybody here know?
The
how-
original-
Yeah.
story.
Eric finds somebody other true love, doesn't marry her, and she
Turns into sea foam.
turns into sea foam.
Ah,
Like,
so
there's
it's
no
more of
happy
like a
ever
Grimm
after.
fairy set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a story of this is what happens when you jump in with your heart, not with
Yeah.
your head. So she got fooled by a pretty face.
Yeah.
And there we are back to the beginning of the film, where she rescues him again.
I know a lot of people that thought that The Little Mermaid was originally a Japanese folktale just because of how it ended.
Huh.
The original one?
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
No, I always thought it was a Nordic thing.
But Triton, you have like what 6 other daughters who are older than her, so you know,
Yeah.
just cut this one.
And yeah, the population of Atlantica really increased pretty extremely there with all of Ursula's people turning back human.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes me wonder how good of a leader he is if all these people have to go to Ursula.
He's
Yeah.
not a good leader at all.
No, he.
And it's like she should be a little bit mad with what all she went through that he could do that with his trident, give her
Right?
Yeah.
But he gave her a dress.
Yeah.
Look at that dress.
sparkly.
That's the seafoam reference,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
True
send her
Love's
out
kiss.
naked.
There we go. Oh,
And the dog came with him.
And that totally happens. The dog gets in the
Yeah.
way all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Potts. And the mer people.
Third wheel
So
legend.
now we're going to expose our entire world to...
Well, now they got an in. They won't
How
be
is
murdered
Flounder
anymore.
living outside of the water?
Well, you saw him outside of the water quite a bit when they went to see Scuttle. They could breathe out of the water.
Yeah.
What? Really? This guy's going to do that to a wedding cake?
Yep.
Well, he's a little crazy.
A little.
A terrible wedding.
Hey, you ever see Black Christmas?
Wait, didn't we see that? Oh no, the last time he got hit in the face, his mustache was on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody's happy.
And that is a total 80s style wedding dress.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
puff
Poofy
sleeves.
sleeves.
And
I
Shirley
wonder-
would have gone crazy.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they were trying to imitate Diana.
Oh,
be.
Lady D?
It
Yeah.
had been,
Lady.
yeah, I guess it had only been like 9
Lady
years since they got
Di-
married. I think they were married in 1980.
A monarch doesn't bow to another monarch.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Really? I didn't
Yes.
know
That does actually
that.
look a
Well,
lot
is she
like
a princess now?
Princess Dies.
Or is she
Yeah,
a queen?
no,
Yeah.
Eric should not have bowed to Triton.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
he's a prince. He's
Eric
a king.
is a monarch.
Huh.
So,
Oh, there's all the
anyways.
lost souls.
So
Yeah.
there they go on the love boat. And-
Love boat.
And they kiss again,
Aw.
uninterrupted. So,
You come back 10 years later, they're still in that pose.
what was the point of that?
30 years old.
So, little girl had a crush.
So it's basically the
Manipulated-
story of a daddy's girl.
And daddy's girl had a crush on a guy she barely knows, and signed a contract that basically risked her life unless she married the guy she doesn't know. Yeah.
That was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
hush.
gosh.
It's a great movie.
Well,
What is?
Hush.
No
What was
wonder.
redeeming
No
about
wonder
that?
society is so upside down.
well,
It's great. It's great animation. It's great songs. It's like, yes, there are a million things wrong with it. There are a million things wrong with it, but it brings me joy every time I watch it. I watched it this morning in anticipation of recording this podcast, and it was like it just put me in a happy mood. Doing it with you guys. I was again in a great mood the whole time.
Yay!
Yeah,
I had fun hating this.
I'm glad you had fun.
No, it was fun.
it's like the comment I heard somebody said about Romeo and Juliet. Oh, Romeo and Juliet, such a tragic story. Get over it. It was two teenagers who met one night and 6 people died.
Yes. Not to mention that
look,
Juliet
Louis
was
got
all
the
of,
very
like,
first
13.
credit. Renee
Yeah.
Orgeron.
13 or 14.
No kidding. Nice. What's that, John?
I was going to say, not to mention that Juliet was only like 13 or 14. Yeah, well, I'm such a sucker for plot, and so if it's not like
Yeah, sorry.
I
It's just a cartoon.
but there's so many other things that are cartoons that have a wonderful plot.
Yeah.
But this
And they're
kicked off the Disney Renaissance.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is what started it. This is what really gave them the passing speed in the final leg of the race and just buried the other animation studios. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed it when I was in high school choir because we could watch something and not do work in school. The songs are catchy, but I don't think that I could sing them without getting into a lot of trouble.
Right.
So it's something from my past that I think should live in the past.
Like Dumbo, but
Yeah, exactly. It's like it was nice to see again.
Song of the
There's a
South.
movie I've never
Yeah.
seen.
Oh, jeez.
I've never actually seen Dumbo.
Dumbo's neat.
Yeah. So
It's made by Scabs, but it's neat.
if I had to give this a rating, I'd have to probably go like conveyor belt sushi rolls. So maybe about 3 out of 5 octopus sushi rolls without signing a contract to wave my voice and life away. What would you give this? Here?
I gotta give it 5 out of 5. It's a really fun movie. I mean, since I sat and watched it twice in a day, it's gonna be up on the shelf for a while. But I bought the most recent Blu-ray, not the one there's one that like came with a storybook and all this other stuff. It's like I didn't need that. But I have the commentary I can listen to. The commentary track's really interesting, and it's just a great story of how Disney animation almost died, and this is what brought it back, and it's still going strong even though it's CGI now.
It was 30 years.
And it was a great I was 7 when this movie came out, and until my early teens, it was just it was a special thing to go see a Disney animated movie on the big screen. And this is what kicked it off. Even though I not even probably, I'd definitely seen Disney movies on the big screen before this, because I saw the Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, yes.
When I was 4, and I saw like the re-release of Snow White. I saw the re-release of 101 Dalmatians, which was after this, but. Bambi, I saw that on the big screen, which I think was before this. I think that was done in 86 or 87. So
it's a romantic reminisce for you.
It totally is. It's a lot of nostalgia. It's a lot of, I like Disney trivia. I like just stuff about animation. I mean, before this, we were sitting here watching Chuck Jones' Tom and Jerry cartoons, and Bryant and I watched a very short documentary about history of Bugs Bunny before this. It's just it's my wheelhouse.
Great. Cool. Brent.
I give it 3 conveyor belt sushi seared salmons. I would say back in the day, I would give it 5, but it just again didn't. I don't know if it didn't travel well, or I'm just a absolutely totally different person now. It's a little more. And I know I've learned the real story, so maybe I'm a little jaded by that also.
So really, it sounds like self-awareness, growth in real life kind of shattered this. As all things from childhood, it's easy to fill the cup when you're little, and when you're bigger and older, you've got more to fill the cup with. So.
But we will also be talking about All Dogs Go to Heaven, which was the other big animated movie of 1989.
I have things to say about that movie. All right, and then Miss Jem.
Probably 2 out of 5 of those, like the egg on top of rice sushi.
Omelet nigiri.
Yes, nigiri. I don't know. I had fond memories of it, and then rewatching it, and I think it's kind of like what Brian says, or also what Sascha was saying, is that viewing it now as an adult, especially after all of these other Disney movies have come out, and like I said, I'm a plot person, so it's much better plot than this. It felt like it had no substance. So yeah, I couldn't really. I guess the music was okay, but there's even Disney movies that I liked that had better music. So yeah, like a 2 out of 5. It was interesting to look back on and be like, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that before, but. Yeah. All for nostalgia's sake, but nothing that I would. If it came out right now, I probably wouldn't like it all.
Oh God, everybody would hate it.
There'd be protests in the
It couldn't
street.
survive if it was born today.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, 2 out of 5, but back then probably like a 3. I don't know.
A 3. So it sounds like 5 for Patrick and 2 and 3 for everybody else. The consensus is that we all kind of wax poetic about the good old days when we were kids and we can watch this without consequence. But now that we're adults, there are consequences to the messages and actions that this movie portrays. So there it is. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us on another wonderful episode of Shore Leave. Shore Leave is a continuing series of movies from the 80s and 90s that we like to review when we have breaks in our regular podcast. And what's a regular podcast?
Podcast is Next Generation's First Generation, where we talk about episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation on the 30th anniversary of when they were released. Hence why we talked about Commander Riker so much in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So if you want to catch our podcast, Next Generation's First Generation, just look for us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get podcasts. And we're on Facebook, too.
Yep.
We have an email address if you want to pipe in with some commentary. It's at nextgenfirstgenpod at gmail.com. Again, that's nextgenfirstgenpod at gmail.com.
And we want to thank the Two True Freaks for hosting our Shore Leave episodes.
Yes, very
Thanks
much.
to Scott Gardner and Chris Honeywell.
All right, with that being said, I'd like to say, have a wonderful day.
Why am I interviewing you guys?
So you're the guest.
So, Sascha, what is Star Trek
Hi,
Next
I am the
Generation?
guest.
So, Sascha, what is Star Trek Next Generation?
Seek us out at Next Generation's First Generation at iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Music credits include Electric Car by Poddington Bear, Broke for Free, As Colorful as Ever, James P. Funk by Black Ant, Old School, My School by Cheese and Pot C. Audio engineering by Sascha Shouties. Chief Meme Maker and episode cover credit goes to Matthew Kirschner. Logo and graphic art design credit goes to David Clawwitter. And special thanks to Patrick Delmore for working with other podcasts to make sure the good word gets out.
Do you have a podcast that you think people should be listening to? Send us your promos and we'll play them on the show. If you'd like to email the show, you can email us at nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com. I've been Patrick Delmore.
And this is Sascha Shouties. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful day.
Good night.